Hi, my name is Laura and I'm an occupational therapy student, and today we'll be conducting passive range of motion on your elbow and wrist. Passive range of motion is when the joint is moved through ranges of motion of an outside force. So basically I will be the one supporting and assisting you in moving through the joints. Usually passive range of motion is done when patients cannot move their joints. So the purpose of passive range of motion is to decrease any pain, stiffness, or swelling. And also we want to increase that circulation and keep the joints mobile and moving. Do you have any questions? Okay, so let's get started. You shouldn't feel any pain, but if you feel uncomfortable at any time, please let me know. I'm going to go ahead and model the first activity. What we're going to do is, so we're going to hold the elbow. We're going to do some elbow flexion and extension. So basically just picking up your elbow like so and then bringing it back down. Then we're going to turn over and do the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to use my soft hands and I'm going to be holding your elbow like so in pronation form. And what we're going to do is we're going to elbow flexion and then extension. Flexion and extension. Flexion and then extension. Okay, how'd that feel? Pretty good? Okay, now we're going to turn in supination form. Alrighty, and then we're going to do flexion again. Elbow flexion, extension, elbow flexion and extension. Elbow flexion and extension. Okay, great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work on some wrist exercises. So basically I'm going to pull this down here so you guys can see. And then we're going to use the table to help us stabilize your wrist. So we're just going to move your wrist back and forth, left to right. And so first we're going to start with the ulnar deviation, which is going to go to the left. And then ulnar radial deviation to the right. Ulnar deviation. And then radial, there you go, ulnar, and then radial. Great. Okay, so let's lift up your wrist, and now we're going to do some wrist flexion, so some wrist exercises where we're just going to drop the wrist, and then we're going to put in neutral position, and then also we're going to, let's move this up a little bit. So we're going to put wrist, like I said, in flexion, and then neutral, and then also we're going to go backwards as well. And we're going to extend like so. So here we go. So we're going to do wrist flexion, extension, wrist flexion, and then extension. One more time, extension, and then flexion. Okay, and then now we're going to go backwards. So we're going to go wrist extension, and back to wrist extension, neutral position, extension, back to neutral extension position. Last time. There we go. Great job. Okay. So that concludes our exercises for today. Throughout the week, we're going to be working on other ranges of motion within your shoulder and your fingers. So basically to keep that circulation going, and we want to keep those joints mobile and moving, okay? All right. Thank you.